I remember there's supposed to be a line over here. Or was it over... Hold on. There's the line. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I haven't even experienced all the old content yet. Okay. This is interesting. This is deluxe part of the deluxe edition? Okay. Interesting.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Yeah.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
Whoa.
delighting audiences the world over.
More game.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm
No.
sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Right.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh,
there we go. There we go.
All right, finally,
Okay. Let's
at
go.
long last, it's
New
on
content.
to the new content.
Yeah, let's
I've
go.
never been more ready. Let's do
Let's
it.
go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's
There
see
you
the
go.
content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, I can jump. Yo. Yeah. Jump. What? Oh, I can't jump anymore. Well, that's a shame.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah, there's
Goodness. Another elevator.
It's another
Stanley,
elevator.
I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
No, not
It's
at all.
just elevators and jumping.
Right.
Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Is
If
this?
this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Let's go. Oh. It's a bridge.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base
Yeah.
rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Yeah, let's tack them.
It's my fault,
Let's
Stanley.
attack them.
I built up too much anticipation
No, you
around the
did.
new content, I'm
You
afraid.
did.
It
It's
could
okay,
never
though.
have lived up to such
It's okay, though.
expectations.
It's okay.
If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills.
No.
No gimmicks.
Nah.
Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Exactly.
What do you say, friend?
Yeah. Oh. 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 Holy crap. Okay. I haven't even played through the rest of the game. You know.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well,
Yeah.
it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Right.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
What?
Take a look. I
Is
call
this-
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever
Oh
I
my
want.
God.
Experiences
Don't
like
forget.
the launch of the Stanley Parable on
Memory,
PC.
sweet
You see,
memory.
Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in
Right.
October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then,
yeah.
video games had integrity.
Exactly.
Back then, it all meant something.
Exactly.
Oh, the waste.
Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. What is this? The Memory Zone temp, the Stanley Parable. Oh, it's just like little memory thingies. I forgot. I just see. I think they're postcards. Postcards. That's what they are. The Stanley Parable Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition. Oh, is it? Did it come in this? I wonder if it came in this. That would be so cool if it did. Audience award, the Stanley Parable. Did it actually get an award like that? British Academy Film and Television Art. Stanley Parable. A trip down memory lane. Smile because it happened. The Stanley Parable. Oh man. Is that $1? That's so cool. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It's possible to get this achievement. That's funny. Nominee, Stanley Parable, video game. I wonder if those are actual things. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Rugters go from new scandal. College show an event to enroll poor. Track new diversity. Business leaders pushing elections of council allies. Oh my god, designer hat. Oh, that was that one ending where I wasn't real. Oh. Deals tough choices. Yeah. Oh my god, there's just a bench. I can't sit on it? That's so dumb. There better be a patch.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created.
Yeah.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
Yeah.
It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona
It was
3.
all
all of them.
Skyrim.
And
It
now
was Persona 3.
It's nothing.
No.
It's no games at all.
No.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
It ain't.
It's just a husk now.
Yeah.
A lifeless husk.
Stupid
with
husk.
An hour of new elevator content.
Oh man. What the fuck? Okay. Maintenance. Interesting. Okay. That's when I made the two choices. It's Stanley. Oh, this actual game design. What is
Here's
this?
another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
It's the line! I can't. How do I get through? Serious room. Oh, I know what that room is. Okay. I don't get through there. I just get to see it. That's the room if you cheat.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
It's Half-Life 2.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I haven't
never
looked
mind.
at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
I want to.
Surely
I want
these
to see
reviews
it.
were glowing as well, weren't they?
I want to see it. Oh, okay. Honestly, I could not be
bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Listen to them.
Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
Right.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Right? Unbelievable. I can't believe that. I can't believe they thought of that. Oh my gosh, it's storming.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Preachy.
Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No,
You can tell me if I'm
no.
preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Oh my gosh.
I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
No,
dear.
no, it is.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
Don't worry
These
about
black
it.
marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
No.
Like I let these people down.
No, you didn't.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh, buddy, come on.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
He
A skip
didn't mean
button.
that. He didn't mean that.
Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that.
No,
if
no.
I'm truly too preachy,
No,
then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
No,
Not if
don't
it
lose
means
your
we can
identity.
strike these negative
No.
reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'll do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes,
no,
a skip
narrator.
button we shall have.
Narrator, come on. No, I don't want
And
to put
here
you.
it is. Go
don't
ahead
wanna
and give
push
it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then
I'm
by
not
goodness,
pushing it.
that's what they're going to get.
I'm not pushing
Well,
it.
don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything
I'm
all
not
at
pushing
once.
the button.
So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination
wonder if
working
it
backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years. Until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever
Right.
ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all,
I have to
until the
push it on
end
her.
of time, at which time...
I had to push it.
Oh, you're back, you see.
I had to
You were
push it.
only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes
I had
and
to
lengthy
push it.
ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making
I think
no choice and saying nothing,
think I
are
have to
you
press
not
it again.
simply erecting in the... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Okay,
But
okay.
that's the power of the button.
Yeah.
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again.
Oh
It's been
no!
12 hours.
Oh no!
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening.
Right.
I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the
Right.
vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
You are real.
Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Right.
Was I scared of that all along?
Right.
Perhaps. Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me.
Right.
When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us. And I am suspended in its unyielding quietness.
Yeah.
I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and
Okay.
decaying. Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year.
No,
Have
it's...
you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long.
You're not gonna say anything? Oh. That smoke detector. Oh. The clock.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a
Well.
The end is never the end, 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 is
Never the end. Oh, it's starting to leak through. It's starting to rain. Huh. Oh. Oh my god. No way! I could see the outside. What happened to the narrator? Where'd it go? I gotta keep pressing this button. Oh my god, it's Portal 2! Oh my god, we're in Portal 2. Holy crap. Holy crap, it's Portal 2. Oh, this got knocked down. Okay, it's time to press the button. Time to press the button. It's Portal 2! Oh, well, there goes Portal 2. Is it nighttime right now? Where did everything go? Did the universe just stop existing? The fuck? Oh. Oh. Everything just stopped existing. Oh my god, it's just the Sahara Desert. Well, I be fucking damned. Can I press the button again? Oh my god, that was so cool. Alright.